Greetings and welcome to the World Numismatic News as we now continue to explore Lincoln cent varieties, and 1982 is the next in line. And as it is a transitional year, moving from copper to zinc core coins, there are surprisingly few varieties to look for. Now, to be clear, there are the usual large date and small date zinc and copper design varieties that everybody knows about, but those are not the coins that we will be looking at today. Instead, we will be examining the pure varieties. First up is a doubled obverse coin found on the older copper penny, which, as a reminder, should weigh around 3.1 grams, with the larger date. There is some minor doubling on the letters of Liberty, as this is a class 5 or pivoted hub doubled coin, mostly on the L of the word, but this can be tricky as it's definitely not the first place I check. The real star of the show are the letters of "In God We Trust." But even though all of the letters display the doubling, which you should be able to spot towards the left of the letters, the "We Trust" section is definitely the stronger in this regard, and coins in a lower grade should also not really be affected too much, with the doubling remaining reasonably clear regardless of grade. For the auction record, a coin sold by Heritage in 2026 was graded as MS65 red in an older annex slab, managed to fetch a closing price of $341. Then we can look at the next example, this time found on the small date zinc coin, and this is a doubled reverse coin, and definitely the scarcer of the two. This variety was only discovered in 2007, and since then precious few have come to light. The doubling here is everywhere, but it is not equal in all cases. The letters of E pluribus unum are doubled, with the doubling displaying towards the left of the coin, and this is seen on every single letter, including the dots that separate the words. And even though the doubling is spectacular, it is not necessarily the first place I check for this variety, as the left side of the memorial building, especially columns 1 and 2, should display similar doubling towards the west of the building itself, with strong separation lines from top to bottom. But the best doubling on this variety, without a doubt, is seen on the letters, starting with 1 cent. The letters of 1 are doubled towards the left. Well, or at least the doubling displays towards the left. The U of United should display doubling in the form of a very strong separation lines right in the bottom rounding of the U, with similar strong doubling on the D of United as well. The E of United is possibly the strongest doubling on this coin, with the base and the center flag of the letter both achieving full separation and are fully doubled, with further doubling then seen on the rest of the letters of United States of America, all displaying towards the left or in the form of additional thickness. The M and E of America are both good places to check as well. The coin's scarcity at this time definitely contributes to its value, as in 2021, a PCGS graded MS62 red example was sold at auction by Great Collections for $2,308. Now, It is hard to talk about the 1982 penny varieties without mentioning the next coin, even though, technically, it is an error coin. You see, when the mint was transitioning from the older copper pennies towards the new zinc core coins, it was also forced to adjust the date from the large date to the small date due to the striking peculiarities of the newer, harder metal of the coin. So while it was practically a free-for-all in Philadelphia, the Denver Mint was very careful not to strike the small date coin from the older copper planchets. But a few coins, as it turns out, managed to slip through. Today, it is one of the most sought after and valuable error coins in modern numismatics. The 1982 D small date Lincoln cent struck on an older copper, or more technically I suppose bronze planchet, with a heavier weight at around 3.1 grams instead of the 2.5 of the zinc core coins. This example was sold by Heritage Auctions in 2019 for the sum of $10,800, graded as AU58 by NGC. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch the 1980 penny varieties video next, right here. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.